here and then possibly show you outside. But if you get two clubs, it doesn't matter what two, and you have them like this, you'll see it's a 90-degree angle. And in maths and physics, if you want to hit something straight, you want to be on this angle here, the 45. You can see that's in between the two right angles. It's the mathematical equation, which is the 45 line, okay? Now, this is running up your body and running up through your front leg, which is your pivot point. So there it is, okay? 45 Barton triangle. Doesn't matter what kind of club you've got. You'll use this red alignment stick because it's easier for you to see. So if I'm holding this club, there's my wrist, it can easily go up on the 45, and so can both hands, if you see. So from there, all you're doing is that. Now if I was to keep going on that line, it kind of wants to go quite far that way, but still on the 45, like that. No shoulder turn, nothing. I'm just, now if I just make sure that I get this short enough so I can do this indoors without killing myself. If I just throw, right? The reason this works is because the simplest way to move a golf club is on a plane. And the plane is on 45, but you're standing here with your body, you're spiraling, whether you know it or not. So as soon as you turn, it doesn't matter if you turn like, whatever way you're turning, most people go down a bit as well, but that doesn't really, that only affects the dynamics of the downswing. So when you're throwing up on the 45 and turning, you can see there, pulling the bell, right? Obviously exaggerating it. You will find your head drops in height, right? Pulling the bell, your head won't be moving this way or that way, but it will be moving slightly that way, exaggerating it. Bang, you're at impact 45, bang, solid. You haven't thought about any of this. You haven't thought about any of that, because it all just happens because you've used the throw and the throw down on the 45. But with a turn and then the bell, and think of it like ringing a bell. And then from there, think of it like maybe water coming out your ear or something like that. It's got to be the simplest thing ever. I'd almost go as far as to say it's maybe too simple for some people and you can't get it. But you've got to understand that it's two separate moves, one of which is this. But look, notice how, look, I am not doing anything, I'm just chopping. It's like I'm chopping wood. Right, the wrists are all at the same angle, it's all on the 45, it's all ending in this pivot leg point. And I put the throw in and then do it. Bang. You know, it's hidden in plain sight. You can watch all these great players like Rory, Brooks Koepka, Rahm. They're all doing it. Probably don't know they're doing it. The good thing about the 45 is it doesn't matter which club you have in your hand. Wedge, 5 iron, 3 wood driver. You're just standing closer to the ball. You're still doing the exact same move, blending it. Bang. Because you've thrown it up to the top, gravity takes it down. And I know a lot of coaches, and there are instructions that employ this tipping and laying, and remember, it's a fluid motion that you're trying to produce. In under 2 seconds, it's a goner, it's away. Why would something that requires you to think about all these things, like, you know, oh yeah, I'm gonna swing up to the top, then I'm gonna have to shallow and come down here, and then I'm gonna, good luck trying to get that to come together in under 2 seconds seamlessly without any joins. It ain't gonna happen. But if you employ the spiral with a 45 throw, I mean, it works one-handed. It's the same angle. It's always the same. Both hands, one hand. Bang. Throw to the top. Put your hand on. Yeah, and yeah. Think about, like, the pivot and everything matches up. Why does it match up? Because you're remaining balanced on both feet with no massive lateral shift. So what's happening is you're throwing up, exaggeration, up this way with the turn, and you're throwing down, exaggerating, but you will drop height. Hence the club shallows, dropping height, comes down. Obviously, short clubs won't shallow as much as a long club. Shorter shaft, longer shaft, more travel. Longer lever, more travel than a short lever. There's lots of things that you do not need to think about regarding how this all works. Just like cat through. Right, so let the lever become your friend. Nice and light grip pressure. Varden V's matching up in here. And that's your target point with your hands up to here. Flexible Y's and all that. You might only get it to there. But look, if I turn from there, if I just turn with a wedge, I'm not wanting to swing any further than that. Pretty much. That's how it works, because when you're throwing up on this, you'll hit a reach point where the club is out here. And that then gets you this, which is coming down. And then you see that that's all happening and coming through. Ball positions all virtually the same. Low point moves tiny amount inside the left heel of your front foot. Like I say, the only difference is the longer the club, the further away you're going to be from the ball. There isn't like any, you know, out and out like magic to this, but the magic is that the 90 is sitting here in front of you. It's also on the ground, and the spiral, the 45 is up here. You're just throwing, and you're just throwing at the same time. Kick, kick, kick. This moves, that moves. you could draw almost a reverse C. And then from there, you're pulling the belt and you're recentering. Bang! This is then exiting. So that's about as simple as I can really make it. The weird part of it will be initially you feel the club nice and loose. You should be able to feel it. It's going to feel heavy when you do that. Right, drop it down, and then when you're throwing it up and you're dropping it down, you're then throwing it up and turning at the same time, and there you go. You're in the position with every club in the bag. Eventually, it kind of like just disappears because you get so good at turning and doing this, you see. So you're doing that at the same time. See how like this is a lot longer than this, isn't it? Look how long that is. That's miles, look. And that there's hardly anything, but look how far that gets you. So when you're doing that, when you do that, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. It's such a small, relatively small maneuver. It's like from there to there. It's probably about 3 inches in actual movement, you know, because like that from there to there. But because the vertical on the 45 and that's where all the power comes from. It's a door hinge. And a door hinge remains, and that's how you can deliver it so square all the time. Very rarely hit it offline. Or with any like amazing shot shaping, it's very much straight. And who can't play straight? Thin it to win it. That's about the worst shot you'll hit. Slightly thin. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I know. Maybe I could try and simplify it. I can't see how I could simplify it any more though. Like I say, there's a lot of stuff in this happening. You don't need to know this whole bit here. You just need to know the reaction of the 45 with a turn. It always brings you back there, which is impact square. As long as you've got your fundamentals with your grip correct, and you can get the it does take a bit of getting used to it. It's completely different than probably anything you've tried before, and it will feel very, very uncomfortable at first. But within 3, 4, 5 balls, you'll be like, how's that doing that? Here's the key good bit though. You don't actually need to know why it's doing it. So you can just run with it. Even on the short shots. Still works. Still works. And you're on plane. You're on the 45. 45 that way. And it turns out that you're on the 45 that way too. Right? Even though the 45 is here, it's also here, running up you there, see. So as soon as I go there, you're still on plane. So you're on plane, on plane, on plane, still on plane. So it's like backswing, downswing, backswing, downswing, right? You're still on plane, see? So it's like 45 backswing, downswing. Still on plane, so you're on plane. The holy grail of golf, being on plane, but you're not having to think about it. You're just doing 2 things, and the better you get at doing the 2 things together, the more like fluid and the more enjoyment you'll get out of this game. Thanks for watching. This could be the last video for a while. because basically it's coming into golf season, and I'm taking this golf season quite serious, so I might not have time for videos and stuff, because I'll be too busy actually playing the game and trying to go low and get some tournaments under my belt. So thanks for watching and supporting the channel. It's all for charity, Macmillan Help the Heroes and Shelter UK.